everyone. Welcome to the FunZ Podcast, the podcast where we discuss and break down money matters in the most fun and relatable way possible. My name is Bukola, and here with me is
Similulua.
Simi. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm excited.
It's so nice to see your face again. Okay, so today we are discussing a particular conversation that I think that we all deal with daily, and that is social media and its effects on how we spend money, right? I mean, we can ask the question is if social media is influencing how we spend money, or if it's low-key make us bad with money, right? Simi, what do you think about this conversation?
If it makes us bad with money, I think it's tricky, but at the same time, it's also direct. And I'm saying that it's tricky and also direct because it depends on the person. It depends on the way we relate with social media or the way we relate to social media. But yes, it's one conversation that I would love to expand and see what you think about it.
Okay. So, I mean, let's talk about the social media trap, because as much as we can say that, I mean, it's an individual thing, it depends on the individual, we can also see it as a culture, right? Where, I mean, every one of us, we make use of social media, and then when you scroll through, at least within 2 posts of scrolling, or between 2 posts of scrolling, you would have seen maybe an advertisement, right? A particular ad of you telling you to buy something. And then when you look at our bookmark, I mean, me as an example, if you go to my bookmark on Instagram, you see a good number of things that I would like to purchase, right? I mean, this is a conversation that I would also like to see if it influences us, right? And that is the social media spending trap, right? And I think one of the points that I would like to bring is the FOMO, the fear of missing out, right? And I think organizations and companies, they also use this to
get things.
Yeah, it's about
get
psychology.
You purchase something, marketing.
Yeah, psychology, right? And when people, I mean, we can use Temu as an example, right? Because I think that is also one of the things that they are doing, right? And the fear of missing out culture, where, I mean, immediately you scroll, you've seen someone, an influencer that is already influencing the product. And one of the things that they also do is when you purchase a particular product to an extent, or when you purchase their product to an extent, they will give you access to also buy some things for free.
Yeah.
So that is also one of the things that they do. And then this will prone you to want to buy the buying culture of social media. So I mean, what do you think? What do you have to say about this?
The fear of missing out, I would say that it's for businesses, for organizations, or people who are even in the marketing space. They understand how important it is to create that fear. Even at FunZ, we understand how you put it in people's faces and help them know that if you don't buy this thing now, you're either going to buy it for, let's say, something that is 100k now. If you're not buying it now, you most likely buy it for 200k, or you are not going to buy it at all. So it comes with that pressure to get it immediately. And even when you see people using it, like iPhone, some people don't like iPhones, but because of the attachment that iPhone is for rich people, or if I'm not using an iPhone or a Samsung, I'm not in that class. So there's that fear too that comes from it.
I mean, there's also the conversation around the fact that some people don't even need to use an iPhone.
Yeah.
But they're currently using it, right? It's just because they want to belong, right? They want to be, the pressure is already there. They want to be part of the people that are using iPhone.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's a way they look at
iPhone and others.
iPhone and others. So, yeah, you can also talk about this. And one of the things that I want us to also bring up is the soft life culture. Right, this soft life. For example, I mean, no shade to this person. I'm not going to mention them, right? They are going to see this and they are going to shake their heads, right? And that is, this person is he's only soft when he has collected his salary. I
do I feel I know this person?
You know the person, right?
Okay.
It's only salt when you has collected the salary. That is when you know that I need to take Uber.
I need to, the moment he receives the salary, I can't enter public transport again.
And then he would have to go to a restaurant like I don't cook. I don't cook.
Or order.
Or hey.
I saw the is it rap last year?
Yeah, he posted it on his WhatsApp.
Yeah,
I was shaking my head.
Well, it's nice now if you can afford certain things.
Right.
Please do.
The soft life culture of, I mean, I don't need to, I can purchase this. I mean, if you can afford it, it is fine. But, you know, that's part where you would have to now, maybe your last bit of money, that is what you have to use to purchase something. Or because, I mean, the soft life, I just want soft life. I want to do this.
I want soft life too.
I want soft life, I'm not even going to lie. But, I mean, as much as you want soft life, you also have to look at your bank account and know that you can be able to afford it and still have something, so that you don't drink Gary after doing your soft
Gary
life.
is still good food now. Gary is okay.
Okay.
Gary.
Okay.
Add milk, add granules.
We are good.
I don't like milk in Gary though, but it gives class.
He said he gives class. So yes, this is also one of the things that we have seen.
Yeah. So aside even this soft life culture, you know, there is this part of social media that feels so much like if you are not doing things, or especially with influencers. Now, influencers that you knew how they started, you knew their age. When, let's say, we have certain influencers that they've been popular to an extent from, let's say, the age of 14, 15, 16. So these are people that you basically grew up with. And let's say you're 24 and you're seeing this influencer that is 18 years old, 19 years old, and this influencer already has a car, is doing so much, doing big things. And there is that part of you that feels like that wants to do more.
Yes.
Which can be good depending on how you allow the influence. Yes, because these are people that their life should inspire you depending on who you follow. But at the same time, it also causes this unnecessary burden to overdo things. So for example, it's important that you understand that our paths are different. The things we do, you will not compare someone that is probably has built his or her page to a large extent and posting one content, brands will pay this person 1 million naira.
Yeah.
If this person is posting 5 brands in a day, for example, that's 5 million naira. You cannot compare with you that you are doing 9 to 5 and you are earning, let's say, 400k or 500k. What the person is buying should not be the same thing you are buying unless it's a necessity. So this is where we now begin to identify our needs and our wants, because they would say needs are things you cannot live without: food, shelter, clothing, and housing, all of those things. But then we have wants, we have certain things that are not so important, are not so necessary as we grow, or even as we move from Monday to Tuesday or Tuesday to Wednesday. These things are not so necessary or very, very important.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that. Because I want to circle back to the conversation around the people that we grew up with.
Yeah.
I mean, seeing them doing well. This is also one of the things that social media do to us, and that is the fact that the pressure, right? The pressure to also want to be, right? You are seeing this person that have become, and then you also want to be like them. Like, how are these people doing it? And then let me, for example, right? There is this person that, I mean, while we were doing our own Aspire to Perspire, and we had not blown around the time. I mean, I've not blown yet, but at least. And then we'd see this person take pictures, the finest of pictures, all of the pictures they would take, I mean, do their hair. And I was like, we are both students. How is this person doing it? And then when I got closer, I mean, that was when I realized that it's usually all this Airbnb space, and I mean, the opportunity
Brands
that they
even
have
pay for these things.
Yes, that is when they try to like change clothes and then take as many pictures as possible. That is when they get to post. And then if you do not know all of these things, and in fact, they also go to borrow cars.
Yes, and that's a place where knowledge comes
comes in, right? I mean, you also have to know that everything that you see on social media are not true. They are
Not
not
everything. Some things are true.
Yes,
But not everything.
are true. So not everything you see on social media are true. So you also have to know that, right? You have to be able to. You have to also be true to yourself, right?
Yeah.
I think every one of us will get pressured at one point in time. There are people that we are looking up to that we also want to become, and I will not also invalidate the fact that you should want to become someone, or you should want to be like somebody. I mean, in acting like we are, we become. But you also, there's prudence to this thing. You also have
There's
to
moderation.
There's
too,
moderation.
yeah.
There is, you have to know how to do it. That if I cannot afford this, if I cannot be able to do this, or what is the lesser way to do it? Or do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what is the
And I get that, and I even get the moderation behind it, and it now brings me back to so when I talk, I love to analyze things. I love that we see people, we understand the statistics behind it, the facts and all, and it brings me back to the psychology of it. Why do people feel that they have to? Why do they feel like they need
psychology.
to? Why do they feel like this thing is going on social media? They need to. So, for example, when this app or this shopping, this brand basically came in, and you would see people download it. You would see people download the app. They did not need to buy anything.
Yeah.
But because to an extent you want to be able to post that I just got things from this place, you are buying things that you do not necessarily need. So yes, there is that place, and that's very important that we identify the psychology behind it, because it's not just about us wanting nice things. It is how do we do these things to get these nice things that we want. There is that comparison culture,
Yes.
where you are comparing yourself to that person on social media, like we mentioned, that your age mate on social media, or that person in another country.
right?
There is also, you are like, see, I feel like we need to be realistic with ourselves.
Self, yes.
There are certain things that are harder for you because you are a Nigerian. It's just harder because you are a Nigerian. I would see on social media, I would see a lot of people who travel, and they will talk about how their green passports makes it hard for them to makes it harder, because it's even hard. But then our green passport makes it harder for them to travel to different places because they are Nigerians. So it's not, I don't think it's wise that as a young person in Nigeria, even as someone old, or depending on your age, no matter your age, comparing yourself to someone in another country and that age. So there is there are a lot of things that needs to be examined. So, and there are times that you notice that you will buy something and you don't need it,
right? One point that I would also love to make is how we also put ourselves in, I mean, we take ourselves in a particular standard, or the fact that we so care about what people should see us as, or I mean, the image that we want to portray outside. I mean, it is not bad actually, but then it is also very important that you do not portray yourself as what you're not, especially over exaggerated portrayal of what you're not. Actually, it is very, very important. Okay, here is mini fun fact, right? Did you know that 57% of young people say social media influences their spending habits? That means that more than half of us have spent money just because of what we saw online. Is that not crazy? Okay, now this brings me to the question: how do you think we can take control of our money and still make use of social media the right way?
One thing I do personally is have a budget.
Right.
And if it's not a matter of life and death, I'm not touching my budget.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes it makes it look like I oversave. But at the same time, I don't know, I just like having that security, like I have money to fall back to. So whenever I want to buy something or whenever I see something, I give myself time. So it could just be like 12 hours. I stay away from that purchase, or like 24 hours, and the next morning, if I still feel the need that, oh, this thing is still very important, then I could consider it.
Yes.
But if it's not, and a lot of the times, in fact 90% of the times, the next morning it's gone. Like
exactly. The urge
to get it is gone. And sometimes when you want to buy something, consider the delivery fee. Think about it. There are a lot of things that I would see, and let's say it's like 20k, and I'm considering to buy it. But then I look at the delivery fee, you're telling me delivery fee is going to be like 8k. That's
What
like
is
half
exactly
of the price. So I'm not going into that. So I think you just need to also think before you make purchases. Give yourself time. Ask yourself every single time, is this a need? Is this a want? Am I just craving this? Or is this a necessity? Like, if I don't get this thing, am I going to die? And even if it's not about are you going to die, is it going to affect my bank account? Is it going to affect the important things that needs to be purchased? But then if you know that you are earning a lot and that is not going to affect you, you can go for it. But if it's going to affect you, I think that it's very important that you consider. Then also, unfollow temptations. It's not everything that you see that you should buy. iPhone 12 is out, you buy.
You're following trends.
You buy. 14, you buy. Nothing is wrong with your phone,
Yeah.
but the moment they are, and the truth is, they will keep releasing. So are you saying that you will keep
continuously
buying when you don't need it? Right? So you need to understand what's important for you. You need to understand what is for you, because for content creators, I understand if they are getting gadgets. For tech guys, tech sis, tech bros, I understand if they are making purchases, like this gadget is out, they have to talk about it, they need to get it. But you are not using this, some people, the only thing they use with their phone, or they do with their phone most of the time, is to chat. In fact, pictures are a problem for them to take. So if it's not a necessity, why get them? So we just need to educate ourselves even more, understand what we consider important, understand that not all trends should be followed. And I think that would help you find a balance. Also, ahead of time, you know how much you're earning, you know how much you receive. Because when I talk about earning, I'm also considering students who are not working. You know how much you receive from your parents, you know how much you receive from your guardian or whoever is giving you money. Have a budget. If you are receiving 40k, I'm not expecting that you are spending the 40k. I'm expecting that at least you have a saving, or you're saving something for, they'll say, rainy time or emergency period.
So, I mean, to add to what you said, it's about setting smart goals or money goals for yourself. I think one good way to do it is maybe 50, 30, 20, maybe 20, 10%.
Yeah, they'll always save 20% of your savings,
right?
And your earnings.
You can do it that way.
So we have come to the end of today's conversation. If this conversation made you think twice about your spending habits, you can also do well by sharing it to that one friend or two and family member that you think also need this conversation. You can also follow us. You should also follow us. Like, share, comment, and turn on your notification for us, right? And we should also let you know about our launch. And I'm super duper excited about this. We'll soon be launching. We are coming. FunZ is coming, right? And we'll be launching very soon. And we'll also be helping you to save smartly and the financial freedom and everything. And I cannot wait for all of the sweet things that we are going to be bringing to the market. Yeah, thank you very much.
And do well to take care of yourself. Till we see you again next time. I remain Similelua and Bukola. Bye.
Bye-bye.